Hello everyone.
Yes, we got that.
We're here and we're back with another episode Doctor an Autism series. Today I'm joined with Ryan and Ross, and we welcome them back because
Hello.
we both spoke
Hello.
before, haven't we, guys?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we have.
I think last year, we did your episode, Ryan, didn't we? Together.
Yeah, it seems like that. Yeah.
And Ross a few months ago. So not as long for you, but so guys, so Ryan, I'll start with you if you want to just do an introduction of yourself, and then we can go to Ross.
All right. Well, hello everyone. I'm Ryan. I cosplay the 9th, 11th. Well, let's say multiple doctors on TikTok. Yeah, I think I've got too much. I don't want to continue, but enough about me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess it's on to me then. I'm Ross. I play. Well, I play multiple original characters. One is Shade, or the Shadow Doctor, as his code name is, and his son Danny Lockwood. So, and I do a lot more cosplays than that, but those are the two primary Doctor Who ones. I used to do the 12th Doctor, but it's kind of faded off into the background because I like to do the OCs. Say like well, that's pretty much. I don't know. There's just something about doing original characters. It's just like gives you so much to work with, you know.
Yeah.
But enough about that.
Yeah. Right. So who is David then? Like, is he a character you made up?
Yeah, pretty much. Like Shade and Danny are literally just characters I've made up with help from Ryan or Rye, who's here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the brilliant TARDIS fam that we are part of.
Yeah. Well, so
yeah.
So Ryan, do you have any characters that you've created, or do you just do like the 9th Doctor and just the 10th, 11th?
No, I've created a master called the Clockwork Master. That's because I've done some variants of other masters in the past. I didn't create this next one, but special shout out to Rob in Odyssey. He created the Luminary Doctor, which I'm doing an RP with Ross. But yeah, I enjoy doing that character, and I think I've decided to bring her more onto TikTok. But we'll see what adventures I bring to her.
Yeah, it's it's good that you guys create characters because I've never created one.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you guys you create your own adventures as well, like within your characters?
That's correct.
Yeah, and is it almost like writing a script or something? a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like when we do like role playing or whatever on TikTok, it's like, and we spoke about this in private conversations. It's like there's not really much of a script. We just literally bounce off each other as we go. So it's just
we're just winging it.
Yeah, there is a hint of a script in there, but it's kind of just like the basic plot line, and it's like we go along with it. So
yeah,
and you never know what's going to happen. So
no.
No, yeah, I think that's the mystery of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and when it comes to like RPing, because we're in the middle of one in the middle of TikTok right now with another person who we're associated with called Tom Burrows, who is absolutely fantastic.
He is incredible.
Yeah, and I think it was just like, I mean, originally the RP was just going to be between myself and Rye, and it was just like we were. I was looking through TikTok, and I was just like, I found Tom's profile, and I'm like, he's really good. I want to RP with him. So
let's bring him in.
Yeah, and it's like I spoke to Rye about it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's bring him in.
Let's do it. Yes. I love this dude."
Yeah, and now now we can't get rid of them.
There you go. There you go.
That's friends, man.
I suppose creating your own character is easier, isn't it, than like actual characters in the show, because you have to get the costumes. For example, like much harder, isn't it, to get if you want to be exact.
It's a nightmare because you have to keep swapping out of costumes, going into one character after another, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. And I mean, with the OCs as well, it's like if you have multiple OCs, it's like it's hard to like you have one costume for one and another costume for another one, and it's like if you need them both in the same scene in TikTok, you have to like do one scene, change costume, and then do the scene again, and it's just like, oh, it's exhausting.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is exhausting, you know, even to do TikTok sometimes, because it's really tiring, isn't it?
It is.
Just do videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Ray were talking about this. It's like we were talking about when we do the RP scenes, or like one of us starts the scene off, and then the other, like Tom and Ray, just like duet onto like my stuff, and then they create responses. So it's like you have to wait for people to respond to it, and it's like you have to wait me like a couple of days just to get it.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting what you guys do, because I believe in our last episode together, like we didn't really speak about this, did we? Like the creations of characters. So it's nice to talk about that, because it's interesting, because like within like the TARDIS fam, as you call it, outside that, there's not a lot of other people who create their own characters, really, is there?
I mean, I mean, because it's
maybe.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's just like, I mean, there is a lot of people on TikTok that do like I've seen a few people doing like their own characters and whatever, and it's like they're absolutely fantastic. Everyone on TikTok's just incredible. But it's like with the TARDIS fam, it's like it's a good support system, like for us, like to boost our morale and all that stuff. So yeah, and it's like everyone is involved in the TARDIS fam in some way, shape, or form. So yeah.
And it's interesting. But it's interesting because you create your own adventures within Doctor Who, because they could be anything, and aren't they? Like you could go on your own adventures somewhere. I've seen like you create your own maybe versions of actual scenes in Doctor Who. But you play another character.
I mean, with Luminari and Danny, because they're doing an adventure at the moment through Discord, which one day we're planning to bring onto TikTok one day, I hope.
Yes, I'm always down for it.
Yeah, but I think when we do it on Discord, it's like it's a lot easier, because it's like when you see when other people have responded, it's like, but for TikTok you have to wait, and it's just like, is there anything, it's just like, and you're kind of like left and just like you don't know what to do. You're just like, oh well, I'll just do some other videos, while I wait.
And then on Discord you can take your time and not do it so fast. Like you'll reply, and then a few minutes later I'll reply, and so on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of it's easier, I suppose, that way. But like I suppose speaking about Doctor Who at the moment, like how are we all like with news at the moment, with people coming back? Like how do you guys like feel about the announcements?
I mean, I'm happy that David Tennant is coming back, but I wasn't. I was kind of shocked that Neil Patrick Harris is going to be involved in it. I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
That's what I thought. I was so surprised to see him. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, And the fact is, like, if you look through Instagram and whatever, and you just see like photographs of him just like in the costume that he's wearing, I'm like, I am convinced I think he's a version of the Master. That's my opinion, but I'm like, I know for a fact he's not.
Yeah.
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 I do like seeing everything, like all like the spoilers and the castings, but it's all over my Facebook feed and that's all I see. And like I don't know, I'm starting to get a little ticked about it just because I just want to see what's happening instead of the spoilers, like so and so is back, or say Catherine Tate's coming back, David Tennant, and some other monsters. I'm like, I just want to get to the show.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like it's just so overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
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 Because like do you feel it's a bit unfair on like the new Doctor Who like Shooty, because the sorts he was announced and then David Tennant and Catherine Tate was shortly afterwards, and it kind of do you feel that's not fair on him?
It's 50-50. Like it's a good surprise. It's kind of how we saw it with 12, I think, when he was announced for Day of the Doctor, where we saw like a glimpse of him and he came back for the new season after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with stepping into the role of the Doctor is always going to be a big responsibility, because you're following in the line of some brilliant actors, you know, like David Tennant, Christopher Eccleston, Matt Smith. You know, it's kind of yeah. And the fact is, like, they're bringing back David Tennant, obviously, which is, I think that was pretty much, I think that's for the fans, because it's like, I think they do miss the 10th Doctor in some shape or form, and it's like, yeah. So I think I think it's 50-50. Like, well, announcing that and then announcing the new Doctor as well. It's just like it's like it's kind of overwhelming, you know, with all the news.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I would prefer not to know any of it. Like I think most of us probably would. Like be a bit surprised maybe when the regeneration happens and see who it is, but it's that's Doctor Who. It seems that's never going to happen because of filming and stuff like that. But yeah, like it is a bit annoying seeing all the spoilers all the time. But as such, we don't know what's going to happen in the story, so I suppose it's not all bad.
yeah,
Yeah. No, it's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like little teasers for us. It's just like, because the plot of the episode hasn't been revealed yet, so it's like, that's a good thing.
No.
But we know there's a regeneration involved. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right, because you got the Joey's last episode later this year. Are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, I'm beyond excited.
Yeah.
Excited.
I'm excited for it, but I'm going to be sad when she goes.
You're gonna be sad.
Same.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah. She was a really good Doctor. Like it's gonna be interesting because I think it's one of the longest episodes as well, isn't it? I think an hour and a half. So it's gonna be be nice, almost like watching a movie.
Yeah.
In a way. But yeah, it's gonna be fun because people come back as well. Like I would love K9 to be back as well.
Yeah.
They haven't been in it for ages. Like with former companions come back, but maybe we could have got like K9 the dog. There's somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for we know that K9 could make an appearance in the show, we don't know. We don't know.
No, we don't.
Maybe.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I say that because I got K9 behind me.
I was just thinking about that. You said that. That's funny.
Yeah. K9, build a bear.
Oh.
That's nice.
Yeah. Along with David 10th Doctor and Jodie 13th Doctor.
Yeah.
Next time. like on
So cute. So
on the
cute.
TARDIS, on the TARDIS.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, although it's gonna be sad. But I don't know about you guys, but I don't think the Master is gonna be the main villain of this episode.
I don't think so
Mm.
either.
No,
Like,
it's kind of hard to I mean, it's kind of hard to figure out who is going to be the villain of the episode, because it's like, I mean, I know the Master was featured in it, or like in the trailer, but then it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to pin down, to be fair.
Well, it's because some people are thinking it's the Master or the return of the Celestial Toy Maker, right?
Hmm.
maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if all the stories that could get told even in an hour and a half episode, because there's so
Mm.
much that hasn't been done really. Because you don't know we don't really know who the Fugitive Doctor is.
Yeah.
Like like there's so much, and what's in the fob watch as well.
Mm.
Hopefully maybe see all those memories that's been lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, but one thing I would like to happen is it's something that hasn't happened before in Doctor Who, where a companion is betrayed, or like betrays the Doctor. Like I think it'd be a nice twist to like events, like potentially like if one of the companions maybe
Mhm.
was on the Master's side, or was the Master, and the Master who we knew, who plays by Sacha Dhawan, is not really the Master. It's the Master in disguise, kind of in a different body. So that'll be interesting.
That will
Yeah.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think whatever happens, it's going to go on possibly into the 60th, possibly maybe going to leave on a cliffhanger potentially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard to figure out what they're planning to do. I mean, it's just, you don't know. There's so many like theories and all this stuff. It's just like, it's so hard to keep track of, you know?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Like lots of people saying the toy maker's returning, but is he? Is it like Doctor Who fans are normally wrong? Aren't they? Because like
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
with the Doctors come back, but it does really look like the toy maker though. Like with the pictures, like the toy shop and stuff like that. It does look like it, and the toy maker's kind of like a trickster kind of person, isn't he?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
makes sense of Donna's return as well. So it would make sense. Maybe it's a glitch regeneration, maybe potentially.
See, this
Yeah.
is kind of what I want to know, if Catherine Tate's character Donna will actually remember the Doctor, or vice versa, the Doctor will remember Donna, even though he's acting as the 14th Doctor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if, of course, we don't know if David Tennant's going to be the regeneration after Jodie, but what would your thoughts be if that was the case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be shocked or excited about like Jodie going in back to David Tennant?
Mm.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. It'd be a nice reaction if he was like, "What?" straight away. I think.
Mm.
But yeah, it's gonna be. It's very exciting, isn't it? Like the 60th and anniversary, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be potentially most of next year. I reckon.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Not just November or November special like we had for the 50th.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, what I found quite fascinating is like, with David Tennant coming back, it's like, is that really the Doctor, or is it maybe something Like, is it a trick of some kind? It's like, is he actually the villain of this?
He does look
Is
like
it a,
Right.
is it a plot? It's just like maybe he gets Wilfred and Donna like together and then just makes Donna remember or whatever.
Is
Like,
it a dream? Might be a dream.
Maybe.
is it a dream? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
is the Doctor imagining a life where Donna doesn't lose her memories and they're traveling together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be. Yeah.
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 Because
So many theories.
because I don't know if it will be saying Shooty, his doctor, till probably later on in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it potentially is a race to find him, potentially. What would be nice, I think, with Jodie's regeneration, I would love this to happen. Like, the regeneration is into Shooty, and then quickly David Tennant pops up. and then that kind of be a race to find him. He's probably lost. And another thing is, because David Tennant, like 10th Doctor, was the last one to have the fob watch. A last Doctor to have the fob watch, because I don't believe Peter Capaldi or Matt Smith had it. So maybe all those lost memories are ones that haven't happened yet. Maybe with Donna and the Doctor. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it just reminds me of like the Fugitive Doctor as well, when 13th met the one that the regeneration she didn't realize she had. And it's just like, is it a potential that there is another version of the Doctor out there that's in the future who is I don't know, maybe altering the timeline or something? I don't know. It's like it's so with Doctor Who, it's just like, this is what I love about it. It's just like, you have the past, the future, you can influence the events of the timeline, but you can also like live some like in the past, and it's just like, oh my god, it's so creative in how they do it.
Yeah. It's insane how the writers are doing it. Like, they'll say like, oh yeah, this Doctor's from the past, or this Doctor's in the future, but you're not gonna know about it until 50 or I don't know, 60, 30 years later. And like, okay, great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean with us, because when the stuff that we do on TikTok, obviously we create our own. Well, Tom, he plays his version of the Doctor, but he's the 21st regeneration, and it's like, and Ryan will back me up on this. Like, in the adventures that Nine and Shade have had together, they've met so many versions of the Doctor. It's just like they've met each other. They've met 13. They've met 21. They've met Phoenix. They've met Future Doctor. And it's just like all these Doctors in one place.
Everyone's coming together.
Yeah, and it's just like, it kind of boggles your mind. You're just like, so you're before, but you're after, and it's just like, I'm like, Nine, I can't do this anymore. Should we just go on an adventure? And she's like, yes, let's do it.
Like, let's just forget about this. Let's go cruising throughout the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, I think the next step is to get your own TARDIS, like your own version of the TARDIS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, that's the thing when it comes to like TikTok as well. It's just like, when you want to create a character, when you're creating a character. I mean, and I think Rai, you'll find this as well. It's so hard to find the right TARDIS interior because there's so many of them. You're like, do you have one that's already been used by like maybe 11th or 12th, and it's just like, or do you do one that's, or do you create your own one? It's just like, it's so frustrating.
It's frustrating, yes. Because especially if the ones that you'll save, it won't fit the background properly. It's like, I can edit this, and it's going to take some hours, and then I won't want to film.
Yeah. I mean, a little secret with that I do is, like, if I get a picture and I usually try it on the green screen on TikTok first, and if it isn't big enough, I take it to Procreate and I just like maximize it, and it's just and then it's easy to use. I'm just like, but the details kind of like it's kind of pixely, so I'm like, kind of takes away. But I'm like, I'll work with it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, because you have to do it like that, not like that because it's really small if you do it like that.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's annoying sometimes.
yeah.
It is very
it's,
annoying.
it-
Yeah.
it's really annoying because I mean, because me and Ryan, we do like posters as well, because it's like, and we're always like, because I sent her a design that I worked on. She's like, "Oh, I really like that," and she sends me one that she's worked on. It's just like, and we kind of critique each other, and it's just like, but just creating a poster like the Doctor Who is like, it's right. It's incredibly difficult, isn't it?
It is because whenever Ross shows me some of his posters, I'm always like, if BBC doesn't acknowledge this, I am going to be fumed. They
And
need
I
to
said,
see it.
yeah, and I said the exact same thing about your work. I'm just like, that is incredible. I'm just like, why haven't they not acknowledged you yet? You should be working for like Big Finish or something like that, you know?
Oh geez, I'm not that prepared, but okay.
Yeah, we're like, Russell, if you're listening, yeah, yeah, you know what to do.
Russell.
Yeah, not just me and Ryan. Tom is also an amazing poster designer as well.
Oh my
So-
god, he's creative. He's so talented.
Yeah,
Yeah, so so lots of talents with posters. So it's a good talent to have because like they come really useful, don't they?
yeah, they do.
hmm
Yeah.
The funny
I mean,
thing is though, creating posters are actually easier than trying to write a script because you're just sitting there at like a blank screen and you're like,
yeah.
where do I want this to go? Wait, no, backspace. We're gonna no, I don't like this. Scratch. Like we're gonna restart this. We're restarting.
Yeah. And it was like with the adventure what the adventure we're doing on Discord at the moment. It's like I think I remember I think I listened to I think it was like a Doctor Who audio, and they actually had they were in Edinburgh at the exact same time as we are doing it, and it's just like, hold on a minute, hold on. So if they've done this before, and it's like, wow. So it's like, it's kind of like taking stuff from what they've done before, like say like Big Finish have done, and it's like you're expanding upon it and making it your own. So I'm like, wow, yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah. And like when it comes to writing as well, because with my autism, it's like I really struggle with like writing, like just in
Me
general.
too.
And with Ryan Quinn's help, she's been like teaching like me and Ryan how to be better at it. So it's like,
Yeah.
and honestly, like special shout out to her because oh my god, she is incredible.
She's very incredible.
Yeah, actually, she's great. Like we had a conversation about autism and ADHD. We did, and yeah, she does good work with her 10th Doctor, don't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like having a lot of hair as well, like and all that. Because like yeah, like it's good that she's helping you though, because it's good like you have some help with someone who does understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like I'm the same. Like I don't like reading, and I'm probably easier writing it than reading. Like if I say if you're doing English, and you've got a question, or like you're reading a book, I can't read a book. It has to be audio.
Yeah.
Because I won't follow it.
Yeah. And the thing is like I don't know if it's just me, but if I'm reading like if I'm in the middle of like a good book because I'm reading like the never ending story right now, and I'm just like, but I find myself sometimes just like reading through and I just go like my eyes start to go blurry. I'm like no, I need to close the book. So it's just like I don't know what's going on. It's just like yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like to read books, but it's just like it needs to be something that I'm interested in, you know. It's just like I can't read like a whole book on like art theory, which to be fair I kind of have to do. So it's like you know, so
well, like you just start reading a book and like, okay, I like this, and what, maybe let's say 10, 12 chapters in, you're reading it like, you know, Done. I've lost interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happened on page 10? Someone will go and like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I never finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because like if you're just in the middle of a good book, and this has happened to me like so many times, it's just like just reading a book and I go, where's my iPad? Because I'm doing some posters, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reading
yeah.
or posters? Posters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Posters are easy, aren't they, to read? Because you don't have to
Yes.
put awfully a lot on it, writing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for us. I mean, because like me and Rye, we do when we do RPs, we create posters for it to promote it. And it was just like,
yeah.
and like Ryan will tell you like right now, it's just like the RP that we're doing in the middle with Tom right now. It's just like it's been on hiatus for a couple of months.
God knows how long.
Yeah, and it's just like, and it just literally kicked off yesterday or a couple of days ago.
The
It
other
was just
day.
like,
yeah.
I'm just like, because I realized like I got the motivation to film stuff. I'm just like, done. We still have that RP to finish. I'm like, right, get into your Shadow Doctor outfit and then start it right away. And it's just like, I think your response to it was like, oh my God, it's back. Let's do this.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was like, yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
God.
Yeah. It's good that you do that to promote it though, because like just raises awareness of what you're doing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It just seems like so. It just seems like so long ago since like we started it. I'm just like, hang on, how long ago was it? It was like, maybe like a year ago, maybe more, less than that.
It seems like it. I want to say 2, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh goodness, I'm just like, and I was like speaking to Tom as well, and then like he's like, when are we going to finish off that RP? And I'm just like, oh my God, I forgot about the RP. Oh no. So,
oh God.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, we need to get that RP like finished off and put to bed before we start another one.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yes. It's all good fun though. Like
Yeah.
You're doing it. Like it's hard work just to create. It takes time, doesn't it? Just to create that.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, because the thing is, like when we were discussing the kind of plot for the one that we're doing right now, it's like we essentially it was a collaborative effort because we're all looking for like backgrounds and discussing the plot and whatever, and we're just like, right, so we can do this, but then it's like this could happen in between. It's yeah, so it's a lot of people's ideas. There's no like one person like directing it all, you know, like just like getting it all forward. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a plot is very hard, isn't it? Though, like just to think about.
It is. Yeah.
And as I was saying, I just like, it's a lot of the time for me, it's a lot of winging it. So it's like
Pretty much me too. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like having a basic outline for the story is good, but just having people toss their ideas in there to see what happens, it's like it actually adds something to it. So yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that's pretty interesting because like you watch Doctor Who and you see episodes you like, episodes you don't like. Because everyone's different. Like Ross may like Love and Monsters, and maybe me and Ryan don't like Love and Monsters. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of opinions over that particular episode. But
Yeah.
But yeah, like it depends on like the person, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because I know there's a lot of like with the episode Blink as well. That was like people are saying that's very overhyped, but I'm like, it's one of the most Like in my opinion, it's one of the best episodes I've done because it's so terrifying. The
I love
concept of
that
a
episode.
statue. Yeah, I'm just like the concept of a statue that
It's so
doesn't move.
scary.
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
that's what Doctor Who should be doing. It's like it gives you that sense of like you don't know what's around you, you know. And it's like I remember the first time I watched it, I was terrified. Like every statue I would walk past, I would look at it and just like, no, I know what you
Me
are. I know
too.
what you
Me
are.
too.
I know what you are.
I think shortly after that episode, I went to Doctor Who experience thing in London. What was going on? And I said to my parents, we came past the Whipping Angels, and I didn't blink the whole time. I was deadly serious. I wasn't joking. And they thought I was. I said, no, don't blink. If you blink, you know what's
Mhm.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, we need more scary episodes though in Doctor Who, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was one I remember. It was Matt Smith and 11th Doctor and Clara, and they went to this old manor house, and it was being haunted by something. And it just turns out that it was someone testing out time travel or space
Oh
time
yeah,
travel or
it was
something.
like the ghost
Mm.
one, I think, like in the woods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Oh yeah.
but the thing is, like, what the episode in itself was good. For me, it was the sound effects that got me. It's just like the sounds of like screaming and just like echoing throughout the halls. I'm just like, that made my hair stand on end. I'm like, I don't want to watch anymore, but I'm here to the screen. I kind of want to watch it now. I'm just like, okay, brace yourself.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I love those type of episodes. Like the doll episode as well. That was really scary with Matt Smith.
Oh,
Um,
goodness.
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like yeah. Well, other ones, the silence. I was petrified of the silence as well.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's really scary.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yes. So many. And Fashion and Rada, as when you're growing up, you don't want to look at your shadow anymore.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you do. I think it's those kind of episodes that kind of makes it. Because I think there was one I watched. It was it featured a little girl called Chloe, and she's like she made all these bad things happen to people around her, but as it turns out, she had quite an abusive dad. But at the end of
Oh,
the
yeah.
episode, you kind of see this like kind of like shadow figure at the top of the stairs. I'm just like,
Oh.
ah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's all like you have to get rid of it. You just have to say it's not real or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, hard to do that when you're when you're petrified, you know?
I think that was
Yeah.
like Fear Her, wasn't it? That episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
It
was another
it's
one.
so good. Mm,
Very
yeah,
good. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
so many scary episodes like in Doctor Who. That we need more. We need more scary stuff.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, because I mean, it may be a conflict, it may be a little bit of a stretch, but I would love to see like Doctor Who and Jurassic Park like mixed together, because I think that'd be pretty
That would
funny.
be cool.
There
Yeah.
is one that I was really scared. It was like the waters of Mars. Like it was that was scary.
Yeah,
Like with the water and them
Mhm.
changing into water creatures. But
yeah,
I
Yeah.
was pretty scared of that one.
yeah.
Um,
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, the thing is that I don't know if it's just me, but I think I've noticed that that's what the kind of series with Jodie has been kind of lacking in a way. It's like there's not really a lot of scary episodes. It's like
No.
they can't. They're good episodes. Don't get me wrong, but they're not as scary as say like the ones from like David Tennant or Matt Smith or even Peter Capaldi as well. I'm just like, oh my
Mhm.
god, you know.
Yeah.
So
Like
Yeah.
I think the best you got was a spider, big spider in the bath.
yeah.
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
oh,
That's an episode I
Nope.
cannot watch.
no.
Yeah.
It's I think because the fear of spiders is such a common fear.
But they're so
You're just like,
cute.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did the giant wasp and then they wanted to do a giant spider.
uh,
Yeah.
it's just like it kind of reminds me of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer in a way. It's just like they're bringing these giant insects into it. And I'm just like, why are you doing this?
Good.
Yeah.
Giant bee necks, I think.
Yeah. I'm just, it's just it's just incredible. I'm just like, but you're essentially you're playing to people's fears. You're just like, people
Might
have
not
a fear of
watch it.
spiders, like, or you have people have a fear of, I don't know, water or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, they're building off your fear, and it's like, and that's what kind of draws people in, I think. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
Yeah.
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 Like I liked it fire down the fireplace, but when I was younger, I was scared. I was always looking down my bed, like at night time.
Yeah.
To see,
Yeah.
to see the clockwork monster was there.
Yeah.
But
And yeah.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
a similar one with Peter Capaldi, wasn't there? The under the bed one.
Yeah. It's I mean, the thing is, like, I just love the fact that when Blink came out, when I watched it for the first time, I was terrified for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, just like
Oh
all
my God.
statues, and it's like, it's unusual, the fact that a TV show could do that to you. It's just like, it's a good
Exactly.
show, but it installs this fear in you. You're just like, oh my God, like, you you know
Yeah, I mean, every Weeping Angel story has been awesome, though. There has been no.
Yeah.
I don't think, even with Jodie's one, I think Jodie's one was pretty good with the Weeping Angel.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking about that one. It was so scary and so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like that was it, like the scariest episode of like Jodie's era for me. It's like that
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
And the cliffhanger, it threw me off. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then you think, about time the Doctor was stoned into Weeping Angel.
I mean, because all I remember about that is like when I watched that episode, and then I think I was speaking to Katie at the time, and she did a TikTok video and she was just crying her eyes out because the Doctor had been turned into a weeping angel. I'm like, oh my God, no, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, obviously, because Katie, she plays the 13th Doctor like fantastically.
Incredible.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
literally needs to get the role to play
Yeah.
Doctor.
Yes. BBC,
Yeah.
if you're listening,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. Do they listen to this podcast? Yes, they should be.
And it needs to be. Because yeah, like I understand, like I appreciate everyone who's like really like gonna be sad for the 30th Doctor like leaving. Even to fans who probably haven't enjoyed the era, I think you can be sad because I think each regeneration is sad. In their own way. Like Peter Capaldi might not have been everyone's favourite, Matt Smith, David Tennant.
Yeah.
Chris Waxton.
But it is like a personal choice. Like I believe the only regeneration I've cried to was David Tennant, and that was only me growing up because thinking he's actually leaving, well. And
Mhm.
the reason I didn't cry for Matt because like I know his speech was very upsetting, but it was just almost like an egg swap, or like
Yeah.
but I understand why, because he had the longer one beforehand. But
Yeah.
I suppose like the Ninth Doctor, I suppose, wasn't as sad because not because he had only one season. It was because he said to Rose that he is leaving. He kind of comforts her to say it's okay. Like, I'm gonna change.
Yeah. Like, okay, it's okay, I'll change, but you'll still see me. I'll still be the same person you met.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the thing is like,
yeah, it is. Yeah. I think with the Ninth Doctor, he said that to everyone listening as well. I think.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, not just Rose. Kind of meant it to everyone who liked him and watched him.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Like,
Sorry for the interruption.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I just had to go mute for a second there.
All good.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, yeah.
The thing is like, and like going back to the regenerations, they're just like, I think I kind of wanted to see more of Christopher Eccleston, because I know like he only had like one season or whatever, but I wish they did more with him, before David Tennant came in.
Before he left and David Tennant, yeah.
Yeah, and because I think I've been like doing like watching the interviews and all that stuff, because I think he and the BBC didn't have a good relationship. Like,
Well, him and
okay, I can
Russell
see why.
entirely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, so I can see why there was like why he left and all that stuff, you know. So I'm like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like it was such a wasted opportunity for him to like for the Ninth Doctor to be explored a lot more, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I
And
think we maybe I'm wrong, but I think we probably still would have had 9 for 3, 10 for 3, 11 for 3, 12 for 3, and then 13 for 3 as well. Then announcing the 14th Doctor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he probably would have got more seasons anyway if he decided to stay.
Yeah.
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 Because it's the 3-season curse, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think in my opinion, Christopher Eccleston or the Ninth Doctor is one of the most underrated Doctors there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very underrated. I love him.
Yeah. And also like John Hurt, who was the War Doctor. I would love to have seen more of him as well. However,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
Yeah. It's I think it was the right decision. Like, of course, Chris Eccleston got asked to be in the 50th, but he chose not to, and the War Doctor did. And I think it was good because the War Doctor was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, and this is just my own opinion, but I love his sonic screwdriver. It's so
Me
good.
too.
It's simplistic, but at the same time, it's modern as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That is like, yeah. Isn't it Sonic Red?
It is red, yes.
It is
Yeah.
red. Yeah.
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 I mean, I think the only other red screwdriver I think is maybe Rivers. I think, even though it was like blue and then it had a red
Yes.
setting as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Red and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I think I don't know if that was just maybe like the toy version of it, because I didn't really see that in the show, or maybe I just totally missed it. So
Yeah. I did like. I wish River's screwdriver got used more.
Me too.
yeah, I wish. I mean, obviously, River has like a unique backstory and all that stuff, but that doesn't really explain like what she did like when the Doctor wasn't there, you know. So it's like she may have had adventures with like her mom and her dad or whatever, you know. So it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
Because I guess she could go into where Amy and Maury are.
Yeah.
Easily, because she's time traveler herself.
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be nice to see that. Like we're gonna get more like sideshows as well, aren't we? With Russell coming back, so that's gonna be brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I think the side shows as well. They kind of like they tell their own stories, but they're good and they hold up their value to like the original.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Torchwood. I mean, Torchwood. I haven't really seen a lot of Torchwood, but I've watched the Sarah Jane Adventures. I remember watching that as a kid as well. I'm just like, oh my god, that was brilliant. So yeah.
Yeah. I think Sarah Jane Adventures was awesome. I remember watching that as a kid too, and I didn't watch Torchwood
Mhm.
until like lockdown actually. Like because I never watched it, but I've had to pick up one out of these side shows. I would have to pick Sarah Jane because that Sarah Jane was
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool to see her back in future episodes of Doctor Who, like with 10.
Yeah.
But also sad
Yeah.
that she never had some episodes with 11 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she did have like a few episodes with him, but it's just like they're just like he just like turned up like and like randomly or whatever. You're just like, oh right, okay.
I think he had like two or so episodes in the Sarah Jane episodes in the Sarah Jane Adventures. together. But
Mhm.
she didn't turn up in 11th Doctor and Doctor Who.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So kind of her last episode in Doctor Who was like the end of time, just right at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it is kind of sad when you think about it. It's just like, like the actress who played her, just like she's no longer with us, and it's just like, but there was so much more you could have done with her. It's like, brilliant.
Exactly.
The oldest
Yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah.
like even with 10, you could have done more with 10. Like, why didn't when they were writing it, the 10th Doctor asked, "Do you want to come?" And she said
Yeah.
no. Like, why did you say yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for a few more episodes, like companions do that. Like it was like with Martha, for example. Martha was only a
Mhm.
one-off at the start,
Yeah.
like a trip for saving the Doctor, and then it just continued, went on and on.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, some alternative universes can be like, if they had an alternative universe, because in The Edge of Reality, the video game, which I played through, it's like there is a story where 10 kind of, for anyone who hasn't played the game, I do apologize.
No,
Don't spoil much of it, though. Don't spoil much of it because I haven't continued
Okay,
it.
well,
But
I'll keep my mouth shut because I don't want to spoil it for you.
I know he's in
But
the
there is,
game. That's all I know.
I
yeah,
played it, Ross, but so
yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So it's like there is an alternative storyline with 10. It's just like that
It's
could be
beautiful.
explored.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that could be explored. Yeah, or
I
even
love
like
that.
or even like going into like the old the universe with Rose and the one-hearted version of 10. It's just like have their adventures or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like
that'd
that.
be nice.
Well,
Yeah, that'd be.
within what you're saying, and in the episode that the person appeared in, not giving any spoilers away, of course.
Mhm.
It's one of my favorite episodes, and
Yeah.
the character was. I was really shocked about that. I don't know about you, Ross, but
Yeah.
it was really shocking that
Yeah.
right at the end.
Yeah, it was really shocking because when I got the game when it came out, like for the PlayStation,
Yeah,
but
me too.
I remember it was
Nice.
very, very buggy, and I was just like, it was but it was good to play through, like be someone, an unknown character walking around with a sonic screwdriver,
The-
and you get to interact with the 13th Doctor and 10th Doctor, but for me, I kind of like pay attention to the detail. I'm just like, hang on, this has happened, and
yeah.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I think what they're going to be doing, aren't they? Like it's going to be kind of multiversal Doctor Who or something. And I think that's what Russell wants, which is quite cool. Like you can go
yeah,
down different timelines, see what Martha's doing now, see what like
yeah,
who we met across the Doctor or Amy Pond or even Bill. Because to think about it,
Yeah.
all the companions that have died are not really dead, are they?
yeah,
They're,
exactly, yeah.
No.
they're still there,
Mm,
and like you've got Rose in an alternate universe. You've got Martha probably with Unit still.
mhm,
Donna's still there.
yeah,
Wilfred, of course, as well. Amy and Rory's still there. Clara. Well, she travelled under her own TARDIS, so
yeah,
there you go. And Bill flying with the water.
yeah,
So
exactly,
There
yeah, yeah.
and yet to find out about the last few. Like, but I think Bradley Walsh is with Unit as well.
Mhm,
Like Ryan, I know
you
Ryan and
Yeah.
Graham. So that's potentially
yeah,
probably how they could come back into Jodie's last episode, maybe with Unit, because Kate
yeah,
Hopefully.
Stewart's back there as well. I'd love to see Osgood.
mhm.
I would love to see Osgood back there.
Yeah. Osgood is she is such a brilliant character. It's like she brings the
She was
humor to it.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like in a way, with autism, it kind of like I don't know. Her character kind of give me that vibe that she kind of is a little bit autistic.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
can
I
see
kind
it.
of I got that vibe as well.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and certain doctors as well can give you that vibe.
yeah,
Sometimes. So like
mm,
like when you think about it, it is like it's good that they show those kind of effects.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like there was a character I remember from like ninth era called Adam, I think his name was.
Oh
And I
yeah, I
think
remember
Oh
him.
yes.
yeah, and I remember him, but he gave off that vibe that maybe he was maybe autistic, but maybe that was just me. I'm just like thinking because he had certain mannerisms that he had. I'm just like,
Oh,
right, he liked to put stuff in order and all that stuff. He liked to be, I'm just like, is he? But I'm like, but maybe he's just like that was just how his character was portrayed. I'm just like, wow,
yeah. Maybe Yanto as well.
maybe,
Mhm.
Yeah, because he was kind to himself, wasn't he?
yeah,
Like he wanted to do it, or like he get told to do something, he do it, and yeah, him too. So there are certain characters that give off those kind of vibes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just incredible. But one of my favorite characters was like, for me, it was Nardole. I love Nardole because he's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no, there's
he was. Yeah, I was like, I'd love to see
Nardole.
more. I'd love to see him in more adventures or something. Maybe bring him back for something. Because oh my god, when Matt Lucas was on screen playing that character, even like when he was saying goodbye, I'm just like, mm,
Oh, that yeah, I don't know where he went into some land or something, like
mhm.
some. It's almost like Jack of the Beanstalk vibes. That was.
Yeah,
Yeah, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because they're going off into a different place and like through a
yeah.
portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the saddest stories as well, like I think for me was what happened to Bill. It's like I was kind of upset what they did to her. I'm like, she's a what? She's what? you know?
I wish that she carried on to Jodie.
Yeah. Mm,
Mhm.
I wish that she did, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I think her line companion would have been great, and like
Mm,
could have done so much more of her character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
Um,
going back to what you said about betrayal, like the Doctor, there's only been like one instance of that with Clara in 12, where she threw the TARDIS keys into the volcano. But
Oh yeah.
that was
oh
a,
yeah,
a manipulation, I believe, or because some kind of dream state or whatever. I can't remember because it's been
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while. But
yeah,
yeah, I remember that. But it just shows like because I think it was just right after what was his name? Danny died or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And then she's trying to find a way to bring him back because she's hurting, I'm just like, and she would go to that, that's how far she would go. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I wasn't sure about Danny, like as a character. Um, like
mm,
it was a bit different, I'd say.
He was,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I did like the last episode he was in.
yeah,
Nothing against him, but it was just it was just a good scene.
yeah,
Like as a sergeant against Missy, that was nice.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
yeah, I think his character was just like, it was kind of confusing what they were doing with his characters. Like he'd be in one or two episodes and then he'd be away and then he'd appear, like have interaction with the Doctor, and you're just like,
yeah.
okay, yeah,
Mhm.
it's yeah,
Why? Like he felt like a kind of pointless character already a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. I mean, nothing against the guy who plays him,
no,
but
no, no,
he
no.
did he
Yeah.
did feel like kind of a pointless character at one point. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like
yeah,
he didn't do much. He was just a
yeah,
teacher, wasn't he?
yeah,
Pretty
um,
much, yeah. Or
um,
PE teacher
yeah,
for that matter.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think like was he a PE teacher or was he wasn't he a science teacher? I can't remember.
I feel like he
I
could have
think
been
he's a
more of a science teacher.
Yeah.
I thought he was a PE teacher.
Oh.
Oh no, wait. I think that's what 12 called him. I think
He does look like a
Oh,
PE teacher though.
PE.
He
he
looks
does.
like
Yeah,
it,
he
doesn't he?
does. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that, like I said, because he's kind of an unforgettable. He's kind of forgettable character at one point. You're just like, is he? What was he again? You're just like, oh. and
it's like
and
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
like with Mickey, for example, you could say he is as well, but he has more involvement.
Yeah.
At least he goes on a few
Mhm.
trips.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't know. It seems when the Doctor rejected Clara, Clara goes off and finds Danny.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean,
yeah.
the thing is like, I don't know why, but even like characters like, say, like Jackie, like Rose's mum, she would only be in a few episodes, but you remember her because of the way she acted towards the Ninth Doctor and the 10th Doctor. So it's like, you
There's a
remember her,
strange
but
man
she
in my
didn't.
bedroom. Yes, there is. Or anything could happen.
No.
Oh, so the scene she was in, she was very memorable.
Yeah.
I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all these characters that you get introduced to, like, you remember them in some way. Like with
Yeah.
Adam, I remember him because I think he went on to become a villain like in the comics as well, because I do read the comics.
Really?
But he did. But with the, I think he actually ended up kidnapping Jenny as well. I'm just like, wait, what? It's like, and I remember like, but he found his redemption at the end. Like the Doctor actually forgave him for what he did. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's nice, get
Yeah.
a nice end to that. But
That
yeah,
that's good. And like I don't know, like Rory, in a way, he can give you autistic vibes, autism vibes a little bit as well, because he's kind of like there's so many characters I suppose you can think of.
Mhm.
But do you guys think that autism and Doctor Who are they really relate to one each other?
Yeah,
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
because it's like a special interest, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
suppose we can't stop talking about it, so
yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, I think, if a show can do that, if it brings like mental health or just autism and all that stuff, just some sort of element to it, the people relate to it, because it's like, I mean, I didn't, like I said, I haven't watched classic Who. I'm like, I haven't watched that. I grew up on Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith.
Okay.
And it's like,
Me too.
but watching those guys, I'm like, and because I did try and watch like maybe like one episode of like the first Doctor, and I'm just like, couldn't really get into it. But I'm like, maybe I should give it another try.
It's
But
hard to get into. I've already tried.
yeah,
Is it hard? Is it? Yeah.
mhm, yeah,
Yeah, because I have to find a way of watching it, and just watching the episodes like when they're just stilled. It's like, I don't know. I can't get into this.
yeah. It's the same thing as well. Like with me, it's like with Stranger Things as well. It's like everyone's talking
Yeah.
about it, and I've watched like season 4. I haven't watched seasons 1, 2, and 3. I've watched season 4. Haven't watched the others. Like,
Hmm.
I
I
probably
watched
should though. But
I watched season 3 of Stranger Things. I just haven't watched the 4th season yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I suppose it just depends, like, if you can get into this stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But with Doctor Who, it's like, I remember I was like, as soon as I watched the first episode with Christopher Eccleston, I was hooked.
Yeah, that was
Me
it.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too. Like, I knew I was gonna watch it on and on and on.
yeah, yeah. And it was
Mhm.
like, at the time, because and this is kind of going back to Doctor Who kind of came into my life like one of my darkest moments, because it was just like, I was going through like depression, post-traumatic stress or whatever, and then I found Doctor Who, and that can help me escape. So I'm just like, it was a good thing to have. So it's like, as soon as the episodes would come on, I'd be downstairs watching it with like a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
even then,
You're
I
me
couldn't
watching
stop
Doctor
talking
Who.
about
Don't
it.
interrupt.
I was literally like the 13th Doctor with like the custard creams last night.
Oh yeah, I do
Oh
like
my
that
God.
edition of her TARDIS. Like the custard creams bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I'm not gonna. I hope none of the Doctors develop like they don't become like an alcoholic. Otherwise that could be a thing.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, like Phoenix or Lewis, as we've discussed, his main character trait was he was a bit of a drunk.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And he would always get into like mischief or whatever. But it's just like now it's
Yeah.
just like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
Well, it's funny because we have Phoenix who likes alcohol and 13 who's obsessed with sugar, and it's like, what is this regeneration got into?
yeah.
yeah.
The thing is like, and it's good. It's good that when if you watch like Katie's stuff like on TikTok, she's always like doing like candy or like sweet treats or whatever reviews. I'm just like, my God, wow, you know.
Yeah, I on mine,
Nine,
I don't
Nine's
really
just
do
like,
any of
what
that.
have I gotten myself into?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've never eaten on my TikToks, but like Katie does it in a really funny way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. In fact, there's for me and Rye, it's just like we we I with in the interactions that Nine and Shade have, there's always like, oh Nine, don't get me started with those ears, you know. And
Shut up with the gay hair.
hey, I've got blonde hair now.
That's just where I'm at.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
And it's
awesome.
just like we just and I think we had a long conversation about this like after the first time I did it, and you're just like, hang on, so Nine's got the big ears, 10 loves his Converse or sand shoes, 11 is the chin,
Gen 12 has the brows.
the crazy eyebrows, and then
That's
13
awesome.
is just a sweetheart, you know. She's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Like lots of people kind of relate to Doctor Who, and like I found quite a lot of people who like have autism
Mhm.
love it too. So I thought, well,
Yeah.
why not do a series about this? Because it's something that we can't stop talking about with TARDIS behind me, with the
Yeah.
the five doctors I think there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already
Yeah.
spotted K9, but yeah,
Yeah. It's just like, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but as soon as you found this love of Doctor Who, I mean, for me, I started collecting stuff from Doctor Who. Like as soon as I discovered it again, you know, because it wasn't until like lockdown I kind of, because after that, before that, Doctor Who wasn't really like a big part of my life, but it was still there. But as soon as lockdown came into effect, it's like everything started. Like I went back to Doctor Who, and then I have probably like just in here all the sonic screwdrivers.
Oh my god, look at you.
Oh, you've got all of it. There you go.
Nice.
I'm like, oh my God. And it's just like, still my favorite one is like this one from Katie herself. I'm like, that is my favorite.
I love that one.
Yeah. And I think there was just one point where just like, I think that as well, that kind of relates into like with me. It's like, I love to collect stuff, you know? So I'm just like, anything Doctor Who related, I pick up. So I'm just like, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but that's what I do.
Yeah, like
I do it just for the fun of it.
Yeah. When I went to the Worlds of Wonder, I went to the shop at the end, and I was in there for ages. I pick out anything I can find, like Doctor Who, were, like I got those like Doctors on the TARDIS there, a few T-shirts, a few cups, and I got a coffee cup because I drink coffee in the morning. So I get as much as I can, and then they say I had to leave. They told me to leave because I was too long in there.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I'm kind of disappointed about is that the what was it, Time Fracture down in London, that's closed now. I was like, I would really want to go to that, but unfortunately now it's closed now. I'm just like,
shut down.
I was planning to go in August, like and it's shut down. Well, hopefully it relocates or something.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, because it's one of the things I do want to do at least. You know, go down there and like shade uniform, like shade outfit, and just like walk around, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Well, I don't. I know from it, hearing from different people, that it's your own personal journey. You can choose where you go, and
Yeah.
yeah, I know there's some through jump scared, which is why I was looking forward to it. I want to get scared.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Like, I suppose I can ask people now, what were the monsters now? Because I'm not gonna go. Really now, but
Yeah.
it's all fun. Like, hopefully we get something like that again in the future. But I've never been to the Who shop in London, so I want to go there. I heard there's a museum at the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I would happily go. If I had the money, I would go down to London just to see that shop, you know.
yeah, me too.
Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that Katie has been there, and I'm just like,
yeah.
wait, what?
She's been there. We live
Oh.
in the UK. We live in the UK. Ross, we ain't been.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she did tell me. I think she told like like you as well, right? She's like, I'm going to be in London for the next couple of weeks. I'm just like, oh no. I was like, if I had known that, I would have went down there just to
I
see
would've-
her, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh no. But unfortunately, the time wasn't
Missed
on my side. I'm
opportunity.
just like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh.
And there's a TARDIS in there as well. Where you can go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's something I plan to do. Like,
Yeah.
as there's no time fracture for the time being.
Yeah.
But yes, hopefully it relocates and
Mm.
be able to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So
yeah,
that would be fun.
it'd be awesome. It would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, last things, guys, but before we finish, like I'll go with Ross this time, and then go to Ryan. Like, your favorite, like a quote that you relate to in Doctor Who.
Mm.
If you have any,
Um,
guys.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Um,
That's a tough one.
or a moment, or like a scene. It can be anything. Um, what about, I don't know. Do you have any, Ryan?
It's I don't know. I'm stuck with Ross here on this one, but I would say I kind of relate to Nine a lot in some ways. Like, I think just his sense of style is pretty cool, but I also relate to 11 because he's like a little child, you know, like when he sees something exciting, he's like, oh yes, I'm gonna go explore this.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like,
Yeah.
okay, we can do
Yeah.
something else. I'm like, nope, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. No. If that. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I can't relate to. I relate to 10, like the most, but 11 is like because of like the way he sees the world, like the kind of childlike nature and the way he does things. It's like that's kind of like how it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. It's just like that's how I feel like as me as a person. Because it's just like I can view the world in that way, but sometimes you kind of have to view the world as 10 sees it. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, like, let's just say Ryan relates to the 9th Doctor and Ross relates to the 10th Doctor. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, like, yeah. So it's been great having you guys on again. We'll definitely do it again, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Thank you for having us, Mason.
Yeah, so it's been great.
Thank you.
It's been great hearing about all your characters and talking Doctor Who, talking Autism. It's been awesome, and I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it.
Yeah, we really did enjoy it.
Well,
We did.
thanks again, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mason.
Yeah.
Later, buddy.
Yeah.